What's up everybody? Nate here. Elon Musk over the last few years has become one of the internet's biggest trolls, but recently it looks like he's starting to get a little more serious. Last week we talked all about how Elon Musk purchased around 9% of Twitter for $3 billion, although he's taking that one step further as today he announced that he offered $43 billion in order to buy the entire company and then take it private. Elon Musk is looking to transform Twitter as a private company, and he just offered $54 a share or $43 billion in order to do that. Now this has been kind of an ongoing saga because right after Elon Musk purchased around 9% of Twitter, he also announced that he was going to join Twitter's board of directors. That deal kind of fell through as Elon Musk realized that if he was to join the board, then he wouldn't be able to own more than 14% of the company. So that was all rejected. And now Elon Musk is actually even being sued for not disclosing his stake in Twitter fast enough. But this entire situation has much bigger implications than just one person buying one particular company. No, Elon Musk has an opportunity to essentially change how we view and use social media in not only the United States, but across the world. And this is also going to have a huge impact on billionaires and their influence over everyday Americans. And today we're going to be talking about all of that. But before I break this down, I need you to do me a quick favor and hit smash or destroy that thumbs up button below and ring that notification bell too. Both of those two things are completely free and they help to show me that you like this video and that you want to see even more just like it. Thank you so much for doing that. And now let's talk all about Elon Musk and his offer to buy Twitter for $43 billion. Like I said before, Elon Musk recently purchased just over 9% in Twitter. And let's hear exactly what he had to say about his recent investment. Elon said, quote, "I invested in Twitter as I believe in its potential to be the platform for free speech around the globe. I believe free speech is a societal imperative for a functioning democracy." He added that by saying Twitter needs to go private because in his opinion, Twitter's current condition can neither thrive or serve freedom of speech. He then added, quote, "As a result, I am offering to buy 100% of Twitter for $54.20 per share in cash, a 54% premium over the day before I began investing in Twitter, and a 38% premium over the day before my investment was publicly announced. My offer is my best and final offer, and if it is not accepted, I would need to reconsider my position as a shareholder." All right, so let's kind of break all that down. Elon Musk believes that Twitter is a place for free speech, a place where anybody, despite your platform, can go and speak your mind. It's a way for people to reach the masses. So Elon Musk is basically saying that Twitter is not only important to him, but it's important to our democracy and our country. And this is a lot coming from Elon Musk because in the past he has been super vocal about Twitter's place in our country and how Twitter sometimes dampens his own free speech. Now, where exactly is this all coming from? Well, Twitter and Elon Musk have had a really rocky relationship. Elon Musk has a ton of followers on Twitter, and just a few years ago, he made a tweet that basically implied that he was going to take his company Tesla private. He said that he had secured the funding and that he was going to do it at around $420 a share. After he made that announcement though, Tesla's stock went crazy. It went on basically a roller coaster ride for several months. The SEC did not like that, and then Elon Musk got in even more trouble back in 2021 when he asked his millions of Twitter followers if he should sell around a 10% stake in Tesla. He said that based on the poll, he would do that, and the poll said that he should sell 10%. He ended up doing that, but what a lot of people don't know is that because of his deal and his position in Tesla, he was going to have to sell those shares anyway. So the SEC has considered this very misleading, and back to that 2018 example, Tesla never went private. So the SEC basically believes that Elon Musk, because of his position and his power in our economy and in business, is essentially misleading shareholders and the American consumer. He's also done a lot to push up the price of Bitcoin and Dogecoin by saying that Tesla would start accepting Bitcoin as an acceptable form of payment, but then walking that back just a few months later. He did the exact same thing with Dogecoin, saying you'd be able to soon purchase products with Dogecoin from Tesla. So it basically came out of left field when he announced that he was buying a huge stake in Twitter. And it was even crazier when he said he was going to join their board of directors. Elon Musk on the board of directors for Twitter means he has a huge influence over what goes on in the company. And initially, the company was really excited excited. They thought that he was a visionary that was really going to take the company to the next step. However, he walked this back pretty immediately, saying he was not going to join the company's board of directors because he wouldn't be able to own more than 14% of the company. This was a huge red flag for Twitter and investors everywhere, because that kind of made them assume that Elon Musk wanted to buy more than 14%. And now all of that is coming true, as Elon Musk wants to purchase 100% of the company. And that's not completely out of the question, because $43 billion for Elon Musk is a complete drop in the bucket. I mean, the guy is worth almost $300 billion, depending on the day. He is the wealthiest human being on the planet, with some experts and investors thinking that Elon Musk might become the world's first trillionaire in the future. Now, this is part of a bigger trend. It's not just Elon Musk trying to buy Twitter here. We have seen multi-billionaires over the past few years start to take bigger stakes and outright owning media-related companies. Jeff Bezos in 2013 purchased all of the Washington Post for around $250 million. Lauren Jobs, the widow of Steve Jobs, recently bought The Atlantic, and Mark Benioff, the CEO of Salesforce, recently purchased Time magazine. So what exactly does this all mean? Well, billionaires are slowly starting to enter more prominent positions in media companies. The reason for this is because they want to have a bigger influence over what America sees and the culture of our country. I mean, you gotta think, if Elon Musk, for instance, buys Twitter, then he has an influence over exactly what people see on Twitter. Same with the Washington Post and The Atlantic and Time magazine. These are huge media companies that people go to every single day. Of course, all of these companies say that these billionaire owners have no influence over what is published, but that cannot simply be true, because the fact of the matter is, why exactly do these media companies exist in the first place? Yes, they want to deliver information to the American public, but that exactly isn't free. In order to become a company of that size, you have to make money in one way or another. So these media companies push information and sponsors and products that fit their own narrative. And a lot of the information that they end up pushing is influenced by these owners. Elon Musk now may be able to do the same exact thing with Twitter. He wants to buy Twitter and reshape it. Not only does this mean that Elon Musk will basically have the power to say whatever he wants on Twitter, it also means that his agenda for whatever he likes could also be pushed on Twitter. And because Twitter is such a massive platform that he believes is important for freedom of speech, that means reaching millions of people every single day. And it could also mean that Twitter's terms of service changes, so the way that people interact on the service may end up changing over time. And this goes back to the whole debate over freedom of speech in the United States. Do Americans have 100% unlimited freedom of speech? Well, the answer is a simple no. Americans, while they think they have 100% unlimited free speech, do not have complete freedom of speech in our country. There are simply things you can't say. You can't threaten people, you can't mislead people, and you can't lie to American consumers. I mean, let me rephrase. I guess Americans can say whatever they want to, but it's not without consequences. Sure, if you go on Twitter right now and start throwing threats at people or inciting riots and violence, then yeah, you can technically do that. However, it might be against Twitter's terms of service, and it might also be against the rights of other individuals. They can potentially sue you, and then you might be liable for all of the damages that you did. Obviously, freedom of speech is up for interpretation, and Elon Musk wants to take that to the next level by buying Twitter and reshaping it as a private company. Everything that Americans want to say, whether it's on Twitter or in a public forum, is going to be up for debate. The fact of the matter is, though, Elon Musk has a huge following. He has to be very careful and responsible with his community. He can't just say whatever he wants, because they will go do whatever he says. Obviously, not everybody is going to do what he says, but a large portion of them will. And that can be both a benefit and very dangerous if he misuses his platform. He basically right now wants to have his cake and eat it too. He wants to own the company and be able to say whatever he wants. And this is a growing trend, because not only is Elon Musk trying to reshape Twitter so he can say whatever he wants. Billionaires have been doing this for a while. Like former President Donald Trump literally started his own social media company, Truth Social, so that he could do the exact same thing. He doesn't want to be limited by a social media and tech giant. He wants to be able to do whatever he wants with his platform and his audience. And the repercussions of that and the consequences are up for interpretation later, but he wants to be able to do whatever he wants first. It's the same exact thing with Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk here. They want to purchase and have a big influence over media and culture in the United States so that American consumers buy and interact with their content in a specific way. And this is really interesting because journalism in the United States can't be exactly hard-hitting if a billionaire somewhere doesn't want you to publish certain things. That could be the exact same thing that ends up with Twitter, which could either make Twitter explode because more people see it as a way to say whatever they want, or it could end up going in the exact opposite direction. People see it as a toxic community because anybody can say whatever they want, and that can be dangerous. I mean, I'm able to say whatever I want here on YouTube, but what you gotta understand is everything that I talk about on this channel is very meticulously chosen. I have to be very careful with how I phrase things and how I discuss things in these videos because I don't want people to be misinformed or take things in the wrong direction. If they do, then I'm not doing my job correctly. If I say something that someone disagrees with though, then we can have a healthy debate about that. However, what can't happen is someone starts threatening me because they disagree with me. Obviously, that is not right, and whether you believe that you should be able to say things like that or not is irrelevant. Obviously, that's a very loose situation, but that could get a lot more complicated if people just start saying whatever they want to with absolutely no repercussions whatsoever. And I'm not saying that Elon Musk wants this. Elon Musk wants to be able to take control of Twitter because he thinks it's vital for our country and our country's future. But what I'm saying is Elon Musk is unhappy that Twitter has been censoring him a little bit, and he's been unhappy that the SEC has been on his tail about misleading shareholders potentially. So because he's upset, he buys Twitter. Obviously, he's a multi-billionaire and he can do stuff like that. And it's not clear yet whether Twitter is actually going to accept the offer. They're looking at it right now, and some experts are saying that Elon Musk may actually have to pay more if he wants to purchase 100% of Twitter. It's going to cost Elon Musk a lot of money, but what it's also going to do is potentially make him even richer in the future because now he owns two of the largest companies in the United States. Tesla and Twitter. Both are in the tech space and both are going to have a massive influence over our country in the future. The United States is already looking towards electric vehicles, zero emissions, and renewable energy sources in the future. Tesla kind of fits all of those marks, and they're one of the biggest auto companies in the world right now. Things have been very political as well, and the free speech debate has come up time and time again in the United States. Twitter is usually always in the center of that because people on Twitter tend to just say a lot of stuff, and it has that very raw feel that many individuals really like. But Twitter has gotten in trouble from a lot of people and also praised for censoring some people but not others. So it's a really tricky debate, and that conversation is only going to get more complicated. And I want to be super clear here. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be able to say whatever you want. I'm saying that you shouldn't say whatever you want to. There's going to be consequences for your actions, so maybe you just shouldn't say certain things. But now I want to hear from you on this issue. What do you think about Elon Musk offering to buy Twitter for $43 billion? Do you think this is a step in the right direction for the company and freedom of speech in the United States? Or do you think that this is going to be a disastrous deal for Twitter and social media in general if they accept it? Whatever your thoughts are, leave a comment below before you go. But that is it for today's business and financial news breakdown. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to stay up to date with all of the top business and financial news from around the country, our team puts together a free daily newsletter, and you can subscribe to it by clicking the link in this corner right here. And if you want to stay up to date with me and everything else happening in the business and financial world, I'm putting out updates 7 days a week over here on this channel, and I've actually got another one ready for you right here, so be sure to check that out before you go. That is it for me, everybody. Be kind out there, and I'll see you all in the next one.